Hello, you're welcome to my channel. If this is your first time coming across our videos, you're welcome. Here we do sewing tutorials and DIYs. Do well to follow us on our handles and let us know if you regretted this. For this tutorial, we'll be using a crepe fabric. I use 2 yards of crepe fabric for this. For a beginner who doesn't know how to draft basic bodice blog, I will link it in the description box. This is already made pattern. I'm just going to alter it so you're watching like the alteration of how the sleeve was made. That's the peak of this video. Okay, so now from the arm chest line, you go up by 3 for the front. Then you go in from that 3 you went up by, you go in. For this person, she's busted, so I'm doing 0.7 for the deepening. That is the contouring of the armhole region. Okay, you can do 0.5 just to be on the safe side. 0.7 for this person. That's if you don't know what to do with yours. So I'll just connect like so with this curve ruler. They have a armhole curve ruler which works perfectly well. So just play around it and connect. If you don't have this also, you can use a free hand. You just trace it dot dot dot. When you get what you want, then you define the line. Okay, so now for the shoulder slope, I'm going to link in the description box as well how to take accurate measurement and whatnot. Okay, so for the shoulder slope, from that shoulder slope, the edge of there, I'm going to go out by 2, and let me point for you. You can do 2.5, you can do 3. You see the one in the video, that's the one, the white one. I think it's like 3 they did. Okay, but if you want it exactly like this, you can do it. You can try out 3, but don't do above 3. Okay, so you connect back like so. So now what we're going to do, we're going to use our curve ruler to connect it back like so. Okay, I'm going to do a correction later, but let's go. And I also want to point out, you can leave it like this. Okay, like this is perfect. It's okay. Okay, so now we're going to alter for the down part. I want to show you something. You may not need it. Okay, I am eliminating the darts for the down part of the dress, which is from the half length down. For the front part, I'm going to eliminate 1 inch dart. Okay, you can see from the upper part I have imputed the dart there, but for the down part there's no dart, so I'm just going to eliminate that dart because I'm not using that. I don't like putting that in my front dress, the lower part, not all the time, sometimes. So in this case, I am not using a dart, I am eliminating the dart, so it will not affect the waist measurement. It's still the same thing. Okay, so this is me taking off the dart measurement for the down part. So I will link a tutorial on all the tutorials I link below. If you're a beginner, you make sure to watch them, and if you have any question, drop in the comment section. I will attend to you. Okay, as soon as I get your notification, I will attend to you. So for the back, we're still going to repeat the same thing we did for the front armhole for the back, but for the back I'm just going to divide the armhole into 2. Armhole slope for the back, I do 1. For the front, 1.5 slope. So when you watch the beginner tutorial on how to draft a basic pattern, you will understand all this. So I'm just going to go out again by 2 here, then extend the line from the shoulder slope there to meet that 2 I went down by. So just connect like so. Then for the armhole, I'm just going to divide it into 2 as seen for the back part. Okay, then I'll mark it. Then I'll go in by 0.5. Remember, for the front I did 0.7, for the back I did 0.5. Okay, so I'm just going to connect again like so. So now I am going to connect this like so back to that place as seen. But for some that is very cuppy and defined, you have to go in like in to meet that your that other place you went in by the contouring you did. But I'm not doing it that way, okay, because it might be too revealing for the person. Like, she's a church girly kind of a person, so I'm just going to make it in a way that she will be comfortable wearing it to church. So that is it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that for my back. Okay, so I've already contoured my back, and for some persons the sizes are different. Here I did one, so I'm going to contour the waist again. So what this will do is going to give it a good snatch. I'll see if I can link the back of the video to the back of the dress to this place, but if I can't, it will give it a good snatch. Okay, and it's not affecting your clothes, please. It's not going to affect anything. This 1 inch now that you've taken away from the waist and the back on is not affecting your garment in any way, and it's not affecting your measurement in any way. So do not be afraid to try it out. Okay, so now you see my dart intake is going to start from the middle like so. So her dart is 4. Some persons are 3.5. So please do use your measurement. I always emphasize this on my video. Use your measurement. So now for the chest line, I'm defining the chest line. I'm sorry it didn't show very well here, so just listen to what I'm doing. From the chest line, I'm going to go down by 1 inch. Okay, because I'm doing a back dart. Your dart does not have to get to your chest line. So I have to go down by 1 inch, and that is where my dart leg is going to stop. So I'm just going to define that 1 inch again, so that I can draw a straight line. So now you know that I contour the back to the upper part of the round neck. So I still have to place my tape measurement from that line again to get my 4 to define that line. So now I'm just going to connect like so. So connect your straight line from the 1 inch you went down by the chest line and your dart leg you imputed. So now for the waist, for the hip line, my hip line, I'm going to come up by 2 for my hip line. I'll come up by 2 and I'll mark there. That's where my dart leg is going to end. Okay, that's where my dart leg is going to end. Then I'll usually do 7 for skirt, but now that I did it, I'm just trying to show you're saying that it's 7. It works for me. Okay, so now I am going to connect. I'm going to measure again. You see where my measurement is starting from, right? Yeah, I'm getting my 4 there, and I will just connect like so. Because of the contouring, you have to make sure. So your back dart usually is not straight. It always has this kind of curvy bend kind. It's okay. It's perfect. It's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, so you just put your 0.5 for your waist contouring. 0.5, and mind you, I have actually replaced this dart, okay, when I was doing the body measurement. Okay, so now I'm just going to contour like so. Connect the lines to meet the edge, and so I'm going to connect the other one again to meet that to the dart leg there, which is the 1 inch I went down by. That's where my dart leg is ending. Okay, from the chest line. From the hip line, I went up by 2. That's where my dart leg is ending. Okay. So now I'm just trying to show you that I've actually replaced my dart measurement. So for you to know, I am going to show you what happened. My measurement was supposed to start, the waist measurement was supposed to be 8.2, which is from that place to the other place. But because I have already eliminated this thing, but I replaced my dart intake. So if I put it there now, you're going to see that it is sitting. There's nothing missing actually. So the first contouring is gone. It's not affecting your garment in any way. Okay, if you're confused about this, please send me a message and I'm going to reply you. So for the front now, I am going to readjust the armhole for the front. Like I said, I felt it went out too much. I wanted it to give that curvy, it's supposed to be like a cup, like a curvy cup. Actually, that's the shape it's supposed to have. So I'm just going to reconnect it like that, and here I'm showing you that you can actually curve it to meet the inside. of your contouring. Actually, you see some dress in, if you used to buy thrift dress, you see some that are like that. Okay, so I'll just connect how I want it. Okay, so the other line, the second line is what I am using. Okay, so that is just it. So you cut out your patterns or fabric. If you're drafting directly on the fabric, you cut it out, and we are good to go. So the next thing I'm going to show you is what I did around the contouring of the skirt part. It is easy, actually. It's just basic dress. The only thing looking like it's complicated there is just the armhole that I'm just altering. Okay, this is just a basic dress. So I am going to do my armhole, my bust dart. Okay, I'll do the bust dart, which I closed off the camera. You can, if you don't know how to go about it, you can leave this. Okay, you can leave it, but if you follow the video that will link in the description box, you will know how to eliminate this. You will know how to go about it. Okay, so now that we're done that, I am going to show you the skirt part. For the skirt, you know, this is the front panel of the skirt. I eliminated the dart in the waistline, but for the down part, I contoured it by I was supposed to contour it by 0.1, but I didn't do 1 inch, but I did 0.7, because like I said, the difference in making clothes for people and when they buy it directly is that they will tell you what they want. Okay, so I didn't make it that pencil for her because of her personality. Okay, so you can do above 1, some even do 1.5 contouring to give it like this real pencil shape. Okay, so I did just 0.7 for it. And for the skirt, the back skirt, I also did, you see, you know, when you're giving your hip space, you will just see it in the description box below. I went down there. Okay, this is the hip extension. I did 0.7 on the other side, and also on the side, also the side of the down part as well, which is, I also did another 0.7. So the back was really very penciled. Okay, so, and this is what we have. I'm just showing you. This is what I did. You can see it from the background. So I'll just place it in the fabric and I will cut out. We are almost done for the pattern aspect. It's easy. If you've watched up to this point, please let me know in the comment section. Like and subscribe, and share this video if it's helpful with you. And if you recreate it, please do where to send us a video or a picture of it. So I have actually cut it. So I cut a facing for it, and my facing was a bit long. Yes, because I don't want to fold the hand. It's not going to look that nice if the hand is folded. So the best to do is to use a facing for it. Okay, so these are my facing. I will just mark the right side of the fabric, the wrong side of the fabric, so I will know when I'm sewing it, which I already know that that's the, so that's the that. If you check, if you look, you can take the video back a little and you see that when I place the pattern on the fabric, I opened the dart. Okay, yeah, I opened the dart with little opening because I have to close the bust dart. So I'm going to sew that in. So you have to make sure you notch so you know where your dart leg is starting from. So now place your facing right side, facing the right side of the main fabric pattern, and sew fabric pattern, and sew around the neckline, sew the armhole round, then you notch your armhole, notch your neckline. If possible, top stitch your neckline and all that, then you fold out. Repeat same for the back as well. So this is the front panel. I just want to show you that nothing actually affected my contouring that I did, because after sewing my dart also, you will find out that the fabric, they aligned equally. So there's nothing to be afraid of when you contour, especially when you're using a pattern, because you will not get it wrong. So you're seeing that everything is equal to the other edge. Okay, even after sewing the dart. And see, so for this dart, if you feel it's showing too much, you can cut it. and such, but you can as well leave it like this. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so but before we sew this to the down part, we have to join the back to the front, because we need a neat finishing at the edge, the hands, the sleeve as is. Okay, but if you can't do this, you just match straight and weave if it's your dress. But it wouldn't be nice when the cup of the hand is the same part is showing underneath it when the person is wearing it. So this is why we need to do it this way. So you take the right part of the front that you have turned to the wrong part of the back. You see that the back, I've not turned it over after sewing it. It's still there. So I'm just going to take it and slide it underneath it like so. But before you do this, please make sure you have sewn your dart in, your dart for the front and the back, okay? Before you even do the facing. So I'm just going to put it inside like this, right side facing each other. If you as you can see, it's laying, is the right side of the front is actually facing the right side of the back. Okay, so you sew like this. I also want to show you another method to sew it. You can open the same inside like so, making sure they are both flat, and you sew it underneath like so. There are some persons that sew like so. If in fact this is more professional actually, you sew like so, and you pin the edges and so, or you just match on top like I do. Okay, the difference is when you sew under it, pinning each seam to meet each seam, when you turn it, nothing moves, everything is even. But when you sew on top like this, sometimes it might move and it may not align equally. That's just it. So here I am done. By this time, if you have a serger at home, you should serge before you continue on this part, but I do not have, and I didn't even iron it because there was no light when I was making it, but I have to, because I have to meet deadline, I have to sew. So now I'm just going to take in the measurements. Usually I don't show this part in my videos. I usually omit it, but I'll have to show it. So because we have different measurements actually. So now I'm going to impute her chest measurement like so, and her waist measurement. As I'm imputing in the right side, I'm also imputing it at the left side, making sure it's distributed evenly. So just go ahead and impute your measurements, your waist measurement, your bust measurement. Please use your measurements, okay? Your bust measurement and your hip measurement. And you could fix your zip first before you do all this, okay? This dress, to get the zip color was a bit of a challenge for me. I had to go to the market like 3 times before I ended up with another zip. And the zip I used a topping zip. I don't know how to explain it. That one will sew zip like an invisible way of sewing zip. No, I didn't. I have to sew it with the fabric lapping on the zip, so that when you zip it up, it's not going to show the zip. The fabric is covering the zip. You know that method. That was what I used for it. And sorry I didn't show it in this part. I think it's kind of like a dated method of sewing zip, but it's actually the best way to sew zip in a garment. Your zip is not supposed to be showing in a garment actually. That's if you're not using invisible zip, it should be covered. But we don't do that lately. We just sew it, everything is showing, especially in this part of the world. But that is it. For the hip line, my hip line is 9. She is hip 40 something, so there's no way you can use 8 or 8.5. It's not like it does not work, but you have to know the hip line of your client, and sometimes the hip measurement determines whether you do 8.5, 8 or 7. Okay, for this case it's 9. So for the down part, the same way I have explained it, I'm going to minus 1 inch from my hip. Whatever I have for the hip, I will measure from my waist to 17. From that 17, I'm going to minus 1 inch from my hip measurement. Whatever I have for my hip measurement, I'm going to minus it from there. I'm going to put, for example, if the hip is 40, I'm going to put 10. Okay, that's if the hip is 40, I'm going to do, instead of 10 for the hip, for the knee line, I'm going to do 9. Okay, and I'll connect it straight to the baseline. That was just it. So for this, you see the way I marked the chest line upward. I didn't sew it straight. I slanted it a little. That the reason I did that was so that after sewing, when I open it and iron, it's going to lap flat. Okay, so I'm just going to connect all the lines, and this is it. So I'm just want to show you how I contour my underbust. Usually you're supposed to put your underbust measurement, right? But I gauge it and it works for me. So you see here, I am already taking 0.3 or 0.2 away on this side, and I've done that on the other side. So when I sew it, when it's just going to sit perfectly on the person, I didn't mark it straight. If I mark my chest line straight to the waistline, if after sewing that place is going to budge, like it's going to have this ease, like, so that's how I do mine. Let me know how you do yours in the comment section, if you really measure it and put, or you are gauge like me. Anyways, we're almost done for the dress. I did this design on it. I didn't show it, so you can be creative with it. You can see the picture from the beginning of the tutorial. You can be creative with it. When I was doing it, this thing was not enough, so I was really struggling with it to do it. So I didn't have time to video, and I was already almost not meeting up with deadlines. So I had to. I don't have to. So I omitted that part. You can bead on it. You can do whatever you want. This nail beading that they do, you do one. You can be creative with it. So let us know what you did with this design. I would love to know. And if this video is helpful, please kindly like, share, and drop a comment in the comment section. That's the best thing you can do for any content creator on YouTube, is to drop a comment, is to like, comment something, so that the algorithm will take the video, show that this video people really is engaging. So this is it, and this is when I'm done sewing. I just want to show you some lapses, because I didn't really iron it when I was sewing. This place I try to struggle with that part, but yeah, this is it, and thank you for watching. See you in my next one. This is the